guys, back here with another restoration video. Today I've got this lovely Thinkpad 560. This is something that I've been sort of looking at on and off as the weeks and months went on. It was listed for sale locally at this tech barn place, and it was a little too much when it first came up, and then it kept getting relisted, and then I ended up picking it up for a bit of a lower price than it was. That's what I paid for it, 157 NZ dollars, so you have to convert that to America. But yeah, it needed a little bit of work. For one thing, the CMOS battery was dead. I managed to use as a CR1220, got a CR2032 modified in there, just to make sure it posted, so I'll order a battery once the lockdown and everything's finished, because at the moment I can't order really much. But yeah, it just came with the laptop. It also came with the wrong power adapter. I had a 19 volt Toshiba one, so out of my spares I got this actually genuine OEM IBM one. Ooh, almost said a curse word. And of course the 560 range is the thin, ultra portable, high performance models. They did not have any internal drives for this series. It's all external, so I had to find a floppy disk drive. So for this one, this video, I did a bit of a restoration on that. You'll see that here. But yeah, basically got it all going, and then found the keyboard is half dead. Things like the enter key and backspace don't work at all. Hi, me again here. The ThinkWiki has a great list of ThinkPads. This is the 560E, as you can see here, in all its specs and glory. Finding information on these older machines can be a little bit hard, but yeah, there's the CPU. I think I'm rocking the 166 megahertz. It's got the Trident video controller there. And you have two display options, one with the dreadful DSTN. That's one to avoid. You actually want the active matrix one, but they're rare and expensive. And there's your RAM. Mine, oddly enough, is 8 gigs. So the deal is standard 2 gig drive, ES audio controller, infrared, and important to note, the external floppy disk drive. It was really hard to find more reviews and things like that on this particular model, so archive.org has, well, everything. Look, it was a lot thinner than some of the other ThinkPads, especially. So yeah, there's a bit of a blurb on that. Points about the screen. Obviously, you need that active matrix display. Here we have the cost. It's important to note this one has the TFT display, so this is quite early on at $4,000 there. $3,700 here for the active display option. It added a huge amount of money, which is why they're probably a bit more harder to find. But honestly, if you can do it, it's so worth it. Those panels are horrible. Inflated US dollars, of course, $6,291 there. That is a lot of money. For a machine, but I guess given it's an IBM product, that's what you deal with. So the laptop itself is actually really sleek, and it's actually got a really nice keyboard. But yeah, as you can see, nothing happens. No backspace. And then the buttons here disintegrated when I took it apart. There's little plastic tabs on each side. Looking online, 560 parts are not common. and the one keyboard I could find was European, so it had different layout. It was also a little bit costly. I think it was like 80 New Zealand dollars. So yeah, I needed to come up with a solution because obviously I can't use it. This machine had been used in some sort of warehouse. It's got some sort of pricing thing on there, but otherwise it was actually in really nice shape. But yeah, the only other thing wrong with it is the battery doesn't work, which is pretty much a given. So I scoured the internet. There are literally 2 places that I could find a replacement keyboard for this model. I don't know what it is. The 560X models seem to have a different keyboard. But yeah, so I got it from this place here. And the keyboards themselves were $2.50. So this turned up yesterday, and I've been waiting for like weeks and weeks and weeks to. I haven't been able to actually use this computer. They installed Windows 95 on it, corrupted, and of course without a keyboard or a floppy disk drive, your options to actually do anything with it limited. So for your 560, which is a Type 2640, got your memory slot here for RAM expansion and your battery for your CMOS, power button on the side, that's your floppy disk connection port. Around the back, it's very barren. VGA outs, LBT printer port, serial port, PS2 mouse, power, PCMICA, whatever it is, card slot, it's got 2, and audio control. So in that big box came 2 really nice keyboards. This is the sticker on these, and the condition of them, they are brand new. There is no wear on any of the keys. But yeah, there's the buttons. So yeah, there's a brand new keyboard that we get to swap in, and then I actually get to try this thing out. Magnetic screwdrivers are really handy. Don't worry about this here. It's just a temporary install for a CR2032. Basically I soldered 2 wires to the terminals, and of course the battery's all wrapped up and behind this stuff, and this cross is just to stop it jostling around in the machine. As I said, I've got a battery that I'm going to order for this. I looked everywhere locally that I could find, and there's none available, so yeah, carry on. So all you need to do, you can use a plastic spludger, but I'm going to use my fingernail because I've still got some, and this bezel just literally just lifts out. It is old plastic, so it's really easy to break. And yes, the screen is tilted back pretty much as far as it goes, so you need to do that in order to get the bezel out, but there it is. Going freehand here on the photography. So this is half of my problem. Literally these little ears just disintegrated. And to be honest, it didn't take much. I brushed them and they just went straight off. Ribbon cables, of course. gonna flip this thing over and connect the ribbon cables. You know what, I'm gonna do the mouse one because it's longer. Right, let's just do a quick power on test. That's a good sign. Just gonna go down to this. Oh, yes, I have a working enter keyboard. That is so good to have. There's nothing worse than not being able to, you know, use the keyboard on a laptop, no less, as well. It's just, look at that. Backspace, yep. So we're all good to go. So now all I have to do is just put it back together. So yeah, easy. Once again, just be very, very careful of these two little guys. Those clips are so fragile. Right, I know not the greatest angle, but I'm just going to see if I can find any Windows install stuff. I did see some on this when it was working. I'm going to skip this check because, yeah, really just want to just sort of get this thing going with some sort of setup just to make sure. WinWorld, pc.com, all one word. This is a really good website. I'll link it in the description if you don't know about it. It's been around for a long time. From what I understand is it went through some changes and things. It's so much better now than what it used to be, so credit to those guys that make the site. But you can get you know, all the images, and down the bottom here there's serials. So I'm just going to try one of these out. Well, I struck out with the Windows 95 install. Something wrong with that product key. Every key I tried did not work, so I tried looking for an answer file as well. No luck there. So I think at this point what I'm going to do is format the hard drive. I'm going to load on 6.22 DOS and then throw on my copy of Windows 3.1 for workgroups. Just try and throw that on it and just see where we go from there. So I'll split this one off here and get busy on the other half. Alrighty, till next time.